Let's go, Senku! Yo, familia, welcome back to another Infinity Kingdom video with Senku from server 66. Welcome back, familia, and today's, guys, we are gonna start with the first Immortal, which is gonna be Genghis Khan, which is one, I will say, from my point of view, is the most important Immortal in the Lightning March. He is just the main carrier in Lightning March. There is no replacement for him. All right, in Lightning, there is no replacement for him. You can also, when we're talking about utility, Genghis Khan is one of the most useful immortals in the game as well. All right, there is other immortals that are useful. There is other immortals that are not useful at all. But Genghis Khan is one of them that you can use anywhere you want, and he will do the job. Right? He does damage. He is a damage dealer, but also he removes the healing, because he got the wound and the wound effect skill. So that's the main reason why he can go anywhere. Not just because he does damage. There is many back rows doing damage, but he not just does a lot of damage, also he removed the healing, which is very, very important. But it's not that useful in the top tier warrior list, because they're using Athenia. As you guys know, Athenia basically removed the healing, which makes Genghis Khan utility useless. But in the mid-tier world levels and low spenders, Genghis Khan is almost everywhere. You will see Genghis Khan almost everywhere, just because that ability of removing the healing, and also he does a lot of damage. But here we're talking about Lightning, right? So he is one of the main carriers on Lightning, unless you use Hammurabi. Hammurabi will deal more damage than Genghis Khan because he is a mage, but Genghis Khan will always be there also doing the damage, and he can be used as a damage dealer, also as a utility, right, which is very, very good. And I want to talk about the first thing I want to talk about is about which are the main skills you have to use in Genghis Khan. You can use him different ways, right? But if you're gonna use him, there is only one skill that is almost a must on this guy. Well, let me just change the things just to there is only one skill that I will say is a must in this guy. Yeah, there is only one skill that I will say is a must, which is Fighting Master. Because when you're using Genghis Khan, you want to make sure that you cut the healing, and Fighting Master is gonna be the main skill for him, to make sure that he never get confused or stun or silence, anything, to make sure that he always does the job that he needs to do. All right, that's the main skill. Then if you use Genghis Khan as a damage dealer, listen, I love this setup. This setup is the best. It's just a normal setup for any immortal. You can either use sniper here. Those three together is a good job. But I like Anger, guys. Anger just does a lot of good job with Genghis Khan. Right, sniper is good, but a sniper only will hit one immortal in the back line. Anger will just boost the main skill of Genghis Khan, and will also boost Death Breath. This setup, guys, is one of the most common setup in Genghis Khan, and it just works fine. If I have to use Genghis Khan, I will always use these setups. The only reason why I'm not gonna use this is because I've got other march, which is a main march. Like for example, myself, I'll go fire main march, so I need to use this two fighting skills, Death Breath and Fighting Master. I use it on my fire. But if it wasn't for that, if Lightning was my first match, probably I will keep these three skills, because they just do so well on Genghis Khan, and I will recommend anybody to use it. If you use it Earth with Khan, these three skills, they're just so good. Even if you're using Lightning, these three skills is just so good. You can even use Genghis Khan with using G, right? Only physical damage Lightning, and it's so good. These three setups of skill, guys, are the most important. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about him. He's got his exclusive artifact, which we can get now for free just by spending gems. And if you were a little bit smart, you could have gone and get some in the previous anniversary event, which was really good. And I bet everybody which using Genghis Khan as a main match, I'm pretty sure you all guys went to get this artifact, which is really good. It's one of the best artifacts in the game, and mostly for him because he boosts his skill so well. It's just so good. Everything works just together so nicely. And if you go and get his artifact, you have to make sure that you get physical attack bonus, right? Don't I know people can say accuracy. No, don't go up for accuracy. If you only have accuracy, it's fine. Work on it. But if you have physical attack bonus, go for physical attack bonus, because this is what you really need. You want more damage. And then you have Iron Fist or Annihilation. This is optional, right? Iron Fist will always be good. That's for sure. It will always be good. But then you have Annihilation. I will only use Annihilation if you run weakness in your lining. So if you run weakness with Genghis Khan in your march. Alright? If you don't run weakness, I would prefer to go for Iron Fist, because we always do the job. You will always do extra damage. But if you don't have weakness, probably you will reduce the damage, or even if the enemy have malice or something like this, it will reduce your damage a little bit. So I like to run Iron Fist, because just guarantee you're gonna get more damage from your skill, right? And when you're going to, if you have to work in your gems for Genghis Khan, I recommend you guys to use, obviously in the first one you want to have physical damage as much as you can. All right, physical damage, all of them. And then in the second one and third one, we're gonna have this problem where we have to choose between physical defense or magical defense. All right, it's all depend of the immortal you're gonna face or everything like this. But if you're facing anyone with magical damage, probably it's better if you put all of them magical defense, right? Since the first row is the one that will suffer the most from physical attack. So he's being in the back row, he will probably suffer the most against a magical attack. But if you're facing most, as you guys know right now, the game is being led by physical attack. All right, those matches that are the most OP in the game are physical attack matches. Simple. So always going for physical defense will always do the job, unless you're gonna be facing any match which is mainly magical damage, and then obviously is down for you. But if you go for, like, at least I did here, where I got physical defense and I've got magical defense, so I got 50-50 each. And then here is optional, right? Obviously if you go for resilience, it will give you more sustain, because you're gonna have less you're gonna receive less damage from crit, because you're gonna have more resilience. This is what people should go for all the time, for resilience, always, because resilience is just better for your immortals. But also we have accuracy. I don't think you need to put accuracy, because right now with the dragon, with everything we have right now, there is a lot of accuracy already on the immortals. Or even if you run malice, probably you could avoid using accuracy. Resilience. If you run coercion in your march, maybe you should avoid using accuracy in this. But I went to 50-50, so I have some resilience and I have some accuracy. All right, so the easy one is the first one. It's always full attack. Here I'm going for magical and physical at the same time, but like I said, if you put all physical defense, it will still good. And then here the best one to go for is resilience. The only reason also why I put both of them is because I haven't got enough resilience to put in all my immortals. I have to kind of like play a little bit with them. So if I put all resilience, I will have all the accuracy there sitting down. So because I haven't got enough resilience to put in all my immortals, that's why I did 50-50. If I could, I will put all resilience, because I found resilience way more useful than accuracy at this time of the game. So now you know what the gems you should use. And when you're running Genghis Khan, guys, you have to make sure that when you're running Genghis Khan, your dragon, your lightning dragon is on this second skill, because it says no longer deals additional damage to stun target. Instead, increase the ultimate skill damage taken by all enemies by 3% for 12 seconds. So it will just boost his ultimate more, because the enemies will receive more ultimate damage from Genghis Khan, which is awesome. And for those starting the game, they may be asking how you can get Genghis Khan. Is only a pay to win immortal? No. Genghis Khan, okay, it's a pay to win immortal, and you will get him way easier and quicker by paying. by spending money in the game. But also in some of the events, you will have a chest that will allow you to choose between Genghis Khan, Baldwin, or Charles. Once you get this chest, make sure you purchase this chest by free. It's normally used to be free. Just by doing the task in the event or something, you're gonna be able to unlock this chest. When you get the chest and you unlock the Immortal, you are going to be able to max this Immortal through this market. As you can see, what is Genghis Khan? What is Genghis Khan? What is Genghis Khan? Here, you are going to be able to get his shards in the market. Only the shards, I believe. Yeah, you cannot get the full Immortal. You can only get the shards from Genghis Khan, which is the way how you're gonna be able to max him. It may take time. It's not gonna be fast, but you can see is a free to play Immortal. You need to green. You need to save your gems and spend your gems in the market with him. And that's mainly everything I will say, guys, about Genghis Khan. Also, let's put it this way: if you want to use Genghis Khan as a support, because he can be a good support, you have to always still be using a fighting master, right? You can use fighting master, and then when you use it as a support, you have to use assist, right? You use assist, and then the third skill is optional. It's optional. It can be anything you want. The third skill is optional depending on what you're running in your marches or what the enemy is. You can even use an aura. You can even use a like weakness. I saw people using weakness as an aura. You can use malice. You can use death breath. You can even use anger to also give him damage. You can use misleading. You can use anything in this last spot. All right. As long as you have these two here, which is assist and fighting master, the last spot is optional. You can use anything you want. Well, anything, when I mean anything, considerable. Don't use cleave, or don't use I don't know, lost dimension. Don't use, for example, I don't know, wind rage, purification. You know what I mean when you can use anything that actually goes well with him, right? And I think that's it for today, guys. That's it for Genghis Khan. This is one of the main carries in Lightning, and hope you guys found this video useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, peace out.